want to make another little video about the, I put it DP, Democratic Party. Why is we as Black Americans still voting for them? We voted for them at a rate of over 90% for Kamala Harris. We voted for Mayor Adams. Look what happened. And then black people at 90% voted for this Mondami guy. And he's not even in office 3 months. And they want to get rid of him. What did you expect? After 4 years of Eric Adams, who is a socialist replacement, now you elect somebody who's almost like a communist, definitely a socialist, and he cannot govern. We go down to Maryland. You have another tether and Governor Moore, who was not for reparations, but they shut him down and took away his veto vote for state reparations. He's an anti-2A guy. He squandered, they're like close to $9 billion in debt from not only what was, what he got into office with, like $5 billion. He's already $3 million in debt after the $5 million. And all you had to do was ask the last guy that was in there who was a Republican, what did you do to get a surplus of $5 million? You have to swallow your pride a little bit, so what? But you're supposed to be there for the people. You're supposed to be, a servant of the people. So I would have asked the guy, what did he do? That's simple. Different party, but so what? Then you go down to Virginia and with this Spanberg, which is a disaster. She put she implemented 50 new taxes. She is trying to take away people's 2A rights, which is not hers to give or take. That's a God-given right, but she's implementing this stuff is going to be knocked down. It's got to be knocked down on Supreme Court. The only thing I think that can stand is the state reciprocity, which is bad enough. Because if you're going through West Virginia, you used to have reciprocity. You won't have it anymore. It stops at North Carolina, at the North Carolina-Virginia border, unless you're going up to West Virginia and Pennsylvania. If you have a carry conceal, so to speak. These liberal socialists, you go out to Washington State, the mayor of Seattle, she looks like she don't know what's going on. Another socialist for immigrants. They're all for immigrants, the Democratic Party. We know what's going on in Minnesota. And what's funny what happened with President Trump and Congresswoman Omar. She stood there like she was getting ready to cry. This is a woman that says nothing about Somalian people scamming. Like, so what? Good. You can at least kind of play it off and say, well, they should be investigated. Good. The money's going back to Somalia. She looked like she wanted to cry. Good. This is arrogant. You come to this country and get all the benefits in the world, and you're arrogant. You're anti-American. You should really go back. And I don't really like when people say this, but certain people really should go back to where they came from with this. They really should. They're really unappreciative. But we give them too much. Just like we give them in D.C., immigrants can vote. They tried to do it in New York City. Now, immigrants, people who are not from this homeland, can hold political party. Yeah, it was cool when it was Schwarzenegger because he was a good one. So I'm gonna pick and choose, but I don't think there's any country I can go to and get citizenship or dual citizenship and run for any kind of office. They're not gonna have it. And if you go into another country running off the mouth like Omar did, you might get a thing done to you. But why are Black Americans still voting for the Democratic Party? I'm here in North Carolina, and McFarland, who just stunk up the joint, his election, I think, is on March 10th. I didn't vote. I voted against him. I voted for, I forget the guy's name. I heard some things he said, but I voted against this guy. The guy that really, really that young lady on the train, he said that he was a disturbed individual. Are you serious? This is this progressive socialist liberalism that's going on. And this guy made himself look like a total idiot in front of the whole state, the whole country, the whole world. When he didn't know the functions of his job. He's been in law enforcement 40 years. Come on, man. Got it. I hope they get rid of this guy. The only thing that worried me was, or concerned me was, you have two other Democrats who are running. No Republicans are running. Two other Democrats. So you could go from bad to worse. I'm not even going to mention Mayor Johnson of that guy's. Well, anyway, that's my little shtick. Audi.